A billionaire's daughter falsely accused her driver of an unspeakable crime, sending an innocent man to prison for 20 years. But what she didn't expect was that 3 years later, he'd return with a secret weapon, her own best friend. The revenge, sweeter than justice. Watch till the end. You won't believe how this story ends. In the busy city of Lagos, where wealth and power shape destinies, Chief Adebayo commanded respect. His mansion exuded wealth and luxury. Servants moved like shadows, and his word was law. Amara, his 16-year-old daughter, knew no limits. Privileged and untouchable, she got whatever she wanted. And when denied, trouble followed. But this isn't her story. This is the story of Kofi, the chief's trusted driver. Humble, hardworking, and content, he had something more valuable than gold. Bisi, the woman he loved. In 2 months, she would be his wife. Kofi, you're like family to me, Chief Adebayo would often say, patting him on the back. Life was perfect. Until one fateful night, everything changed. One hot afternoon, Kofi finished washing Chief Adebayo's cars and went to his small room at the back of the house to take a bath. The water felt good after working in the sun all day. As he stepped out of the bathroom with no clothes on, the door to his room suddenly opened. There stood Amara, Chief Adebayo's daughter. Kofi's heart stopped. He couldn't move for a second, then quickly grabbed a towel to cover himself. I didn't know you were here," said Kofi, his voice shaking. "Please leave, Miss Amara. This isn't right." But Amara didn't leave. Instead, she closed the door behind her and locked it. She smiled at Kofi in a way that made him very scared. "I want you," she said in a quiet voice. Kofi held his towel tightly around himself. "No, Miss Amara, this is very wrong. I'm going to marry Bisi soon, and you're too young. Please leave now." Amara's smile disappeared. Her eyes became cold and hard. "If you don't do what I want, I'll tell my father you tried to hurt me." Kofi couldn't believe what he was hearing. "You can't do that. That would be a lie." When Kofi gently pushed her away to get to the door, Amara became very angry. She grabbed her own dress and tore it. Then she started screaming as loud as she could. "Help! Help! He's hurting me!" Chief Adebayo was in his study when he heard the screams. He jumped from his chair and ran as fast as he could toward the sound. When he reached Kofi's room, he pushed open the door with a loud bang. What he saw made his blood boil with anger. There was Kofi in just a towel, and Amara with torn clothes and tears running down her face. "What is happening here?" Chief Adebayo shouted. His voice was so loud it seemed to shake the walls. Amara ran to her father, crying and holding onto his arm. "Daddy, he tried to force himself on me," she said between sobs. "I told him no, but he wouldn't listen." Kofi fell to his knees, begging, "No, sir, please believe me. She's not telling the truth. I didn't do anything wrong. She came in when I was coming out of the bathroom." But Chief Adebayo was too angry to listen. The sight of his daughter crying with torn clothes made him think only of revenge. "How dare you!" he shouted at Kofi. "I trusted you. I treated you like family." Without waiting another minute, Chief Adebayo took out his phone and called the police. "Come quickly," he said. "My driver has attacked my daughter." Kofi kept saying he was innocent, but no one was listening to him anymore. Soon, the sound of police cars filled the air. The officers came running into the house and went straight to Kofi's room. "Arrest him," Chief Adebayo said, pointing at Kofi. He attacked my daughter." The police put handcuffs on Kofi and started taking him away. Kofi was crying now, still saying he didn't do anything wrong. But the officers didn't pay any attention to what he was saying. As they were taking him out, people from nearby houses came out to see what was happening. News travels fast in Lagos, and soon everyone was talking about how Chief Adebayo's driver had done something terrible to his daughter. When they reached the police station, there were people with cameras and microphones everywhere. The story was already on TV. Rich man's driver accused of attacking his daughter. Kofi sat in a small room at the police station, his hands still in handcuffs. His whole body was shaking, and he couldn't stop the tears. "God, please help me," he whispered. "You know I'm innocent." Bisi was at work when her phone rang. It was her best friend, Ngozi. "Bisi, you need to come to the police station right now," Ngozi said, her voice very serious. "Why?" "What happened?" Bisi asked, feeling worried. "It's Kofi. He's been arrested. They're saying he attacked Chief Adebayo's daughter." Bisi's heart seemed to stop. "No, that can't be true. Not my Kofi." "Come quickly," Ngozi said. "I'll meet you there." Bisi and Ngozi arrived at the police station together. Bisi's face was red from crying and anger. When she saw Kofi sitting there, she couldn't control herself. "So it's true?" she shouted. "What I heard is true? You've decided to bring shame to me." "I'm innocent, honey," Kofi cried, trying to explain. "Please believe me." Ngozi tried to calm Bisi down. "Wait, let's hear what Kofi has to say before we jump to conclusions." But Bisi was too upset to listen. "Don't ever call me honey again," she yelled at Kofi. Then she turned and walked out of the police station, leaving Kofi feeling even more alone. Later that day, Chief Adebayo came to the police station. He was still angry, but something didn't feel right to him. Kofi had always been honest and good. Could he really have done this terrible thing? When he saw Kofi, the young man immediately fell to his knees. "Sir, please listen to me," Kofi begged, his voice breaking. "Your daughter, she's been trying to get me to sleep with her for a long time. I always said no. This morning, she came into my room when I was coming out of the bathroom. She threatened to accuse me if I didn't do what she wanted. Please, sir, I'm telling the truth." Chief Adebayo stood still, not knowing what to think. Part of him wanted to believe Kofi, but how could he not believe his own daughter? "You're lying, Kofi," Chief Adebayo said, but his voice didn't sound as sure as before. "I trusted you. I treated you like family, and this is what you do to me." As Chief Adebayo left the police station, reporters asked him many questions, but he didn't answer. His mind was full of doubt. When he got home, he went straight to his office and started looking at footage from the secret cameras he had installed around the house for security. What he saw made his stomach hurt. There on the screen was Amara, trying to touch Kofi in ways that made him clearly uncomfortable. In one video, she cornered him in the hallway and tried to kiss him, but Kofi pushed her away and quickly walked off. Chief Adebayo's hands were shaking. Could it be true? Was his daughter lying? Chief Adebayo called Amara to his office. "Amara," he said, his voice shaking, "tell me the truth. Is what you said about Kofi true?" Amara looked at her father with tears in her eyes. "Yes, Daddy. He forced himself on me." Chief Adebayo showed her the videos from the cameras, the ones where she tried to touch Kofi many times, and he always said, "No." "Have you ever tried to make Kofi like you in a wrong way?" he asked, his voice getting louder. Amara's face became white. she knew she was caught. After a long time of not speaking, she finally said, "Kofi didn't force himself on me. I was angry because he said no to me. I thought if I made him look bad, maybe you'd see me differently." Chief Adebayo couldn't believe what he was hearing. You made all this up?" he shouted. "How could you lie like this?" That night, Chief Adebayo couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what to do. "If I tell people Kofi is innocent, everyone will know my daughter lied. Our family name will be ruined. But if I don't tell the truth, an innocent man will go to jail." In the morning, he made his terrible choice. "Amara, you cannot tell anyone that Kofi didn't do anything wrong. The world already knows about this case, and we can't say we were wrong now." "But Dad, are we really going to let him go to prison for something he didn't do?" Amara asked. "Yes," said Chief Adebayo, his face hard and cold. "This is the path we must take now." Weeks passed, and finally it was time for Kofi to go to court. His family sat in the front row, looking worried. Chief Adebayo and his lawyers were there too. So was Bisi, Kofi's fiancée, sitting with her friend Ngozi. The judge looked at his papers and then called out, "Mr. Kofi Mensah, please stand up." Kofi stood, his legs weak with fear. After looking at all the evidence and listening to everyone, the judge said, "This court finds you guilty of attacking Miss Amara Adebayo. You are sentenced to 20 years in prison." Kofi fell to the floor, crying loudly, "I'm innocent. Please, I didn't do it." His mother started crying too, calling out for her son. But no one listened. Bisi walked up to Kofi with tears in her eyes. She took off the engagement ring he had given her, held it for a moment, and then dropped it on the floor in front of him. "I'm done with you, Kofi. Goodbye," she said, her voice shaking. Then she turned and walked out of the courtroom. Kofi stared at the ring on the floor, feeling like his heart was breaking into tiny pieces. The police took him away to start his long time in prison. Ngozi, who had been Bisi's best friend, tried to talk to her outside the court. "Please, just think about it," Ngozi said. "What if Kofi is telling the truth? What if he didn't do anything wrong?" But Bisi shook her head. "I don't care anymore, Ngozi. It's over." Unlike everyone else, Ngozi didn't believe Kofi was guilty. There was something about Amara's story that didn't seem right to her. Ngozi started visiting Kofi in prison as often as she could. She would bring him food and try to cheer him up. During one visit, Kofi broke down in front of her. "I'm innocent, Ngozi," he cried. "I don't know how to make the world believe me. Everyone has turned their back on me, my friends, my fiancé, even the people from my church. They've all left me." Unlike everyone else, Ngozi didn't believe Kofi was guilty. There was something about Amara's story that didn't seem right to her. Ngozi started visiting Kofi in prison as often as she could. She would bring him food and try to cheer him up. During one visit, Kofi broke down in front of her. "I'm innocent, Ngozi," he cried. "I don't know how to make the world believe me. Everyone has turned their back on me, my friends, my fiancé, even the people from my church. They've all left me." Ngozi's heart hurt seeing Kofi so sad. "I'll do whatever I can, Kofi," she said, her voice strong. "I promise you, I'll make sure the truth comes out. I won't let them do this to you." She didn't know how she would do it, but Ngozi was determined to help Kofi. 3 years passed. Kofi was still in prison, and Ngozi still hadn't found a way to prove he was innocent. One day, while looking through job listings online, Ngozi saw something that made her heart beat faster. Cleaner wanted at Chief Adebayo's mansion. This could be my chance, she thought. Ngozi applied for the job and was hired. On her first day at the mansion, she couldn't believe how big it was. She had a plan to find evidence that would show Kofi was innocent, but she needed to be careful. That evening, she went to visit Kofi in prison. "I have news," she whispered to him. "I got a job at Chief Adebayo's house." Kofi's eyes got big. "What? How?" "Ngozi, that place is dangerous. If they find out why you're there—" "I know," Ngozi said, "but I need your help. Do you have any idea how I can prove you didn't do anything wrong?" Kofi thought for a moment. "Chief Adebayo has secret cameras in his house. If you can find the videos from the day it happened, it will show that Amara was lying." Ngozi nodded. "I'll find them, Kofi. I won't stop until the truth comes out." Ngozi had been working at the mansion for months, cleaning and watching. Amara was not a nice person. She was mean to the workers and very full of herself. One day, while cleaning near Chief Adebayo's bedroom, Ngozi saw him watching something on his computer. It was footage from the secret cameras. Her heart beat faster. That computer must have the evidence she needed. But how could she get to it? The computer was in Chief Adebayo's bedroom, a place she wasn't allowed to enter without permission. Her chance came during Amara's birthday party. The house was full of people dancing and having fun. Chief Adebayo and Amara were both drinking and not paying attention to anything else. When everyone was busy, Ngozi quietly went upstairs to Chief Adebayo's room. With shaking hands, she opened the door and went inside. She sat at the computer and started looking through the files. She searched and searched, but couldn't find what she was looking for. Just when she was about to give up, she checked the recycle bin. And there it was, a video showing Amara trying to force herself on Kofi, who kept pushing her away. "So it's true," Ngozi whispered. She took out her phone to record the evidence. Suddenly, the door opened. It was Chief Adebayo. He looked like he had been drinking too much. Ngozi quickly hid under the desk. Chief Adebayo sat on his bed for a moment, then fell asleep. Ngozi carefully took a spare key she saw on the desk and left the room. The next morning, Chief Adebayo went to work. Ngozi knew this was her best chance. With the spare key, she went back into his room to copy more evidence. But as she was about to leave, her arm hit a glass on the table. It fell to the floor and broke with a loud noise. Downstairs, Amara heard the sound. "Who's there?" she shouted, running upstairs. Ngozi tried to hide under the desk again, but Amara found her. "What are you doing in my dad's room, you poor maid?" Amara shouted. Ngozi stood up, facing Amara. "Shut up, Amara. 3 years ago you lied about Kofi. You accused him of something terrible, and it ruined his life." Amara smiled in an ugly way. "And how is that your business?" "It's my business because I have the proof now," Ngozi said, holding up her phone. "I'll see you and your dad in prison." Amara's face became white. You have the video?" Just then, security guards came into the room. Amara told them to catch Ngozi, but Ngozi held up her phone. "Don't touch me, or I'll upload this video right now. One wrong move, and the whole world will see what you've done." The guards stopped, not sure what to do. Amara looked very scared. "What do you want?" she asked. "I want $1 million, Ngozi said firmly. "That's crazy!" Amara shouted. "Take it or leave it," Ngozi replied. Amara agreed to pay, but first told the guards to let Ngozi go. As Ngozi walked toward the exit, she didn't see a guard hiding nearby. He jumped out and knocked the phone from her hand. It crashed to the floor. Amara picked up the phone and smashed it again and again until it was completely broken. "Now you have nothing," she laughed. The guards tied Ngozi to a chair. Amara stood in front of her, very proud of herself. "What's the plan now, little maid? Did you really think you could win against me?" Ngozi smiled. "Do you think I'm a fool, Amara?" Before Amara could answer, they heard police sirens. Lots of them. "No," Amara whispered, looking scared. "Did you really think I wouldn't be ready for this?" Ngozi laughed. "I called the police before I even went into your father's room." The police came in and arrested Amara, the guards, and later Chief Adebayo when he came home. Ngozi showed them where to find more evidence on the computer. In court, the truth finally came out. The judge looked at all the evidence and set Kofi free. Chief Adebayo and Amara were sent to prison. They also had to pay Kofi $5 million for the wrong they did to him. Kofi used some of the money to buy a beautiful new house in the best part of Lagos. It had big windows that let in lots of light, and a garden with tall trees. He was finally free after 3 years in prison for something he did not do. Now he could start a new life. One sunny morning, someone knocked on his door. Kofi opened it, and his heart stopped. It was Bisi, his ex-fiancée. Her eyes were red and wet with tears. "Kofi," she said with a shaky voice, "I'm so sorry. I should have believed you. I was wrong to leave you when you needed me." She pulled out a small red box from her bag and opened it. Inside was a shiny new ring, even bigger than the first one. "I even bought a new ring to replace the one I threw away at the court. Let's start over, please. I still love you." Kofi stood at the door looking at her. He did not smile or cry. He just looked at her for a long time. Bisi started to feel uncomfortable. "Kofi, please say something," she begged. "I'm sorry, Bisi," he finally said. His voice was calm but firm. "You left me at the darkest moment of my life. You broke my heart when I needed you the most. You chose to believe a lie instead of standing by me." I know," Bisi cried harder, reaching for his hand. "I was foolish. Please, I'll do anything to make it up to you. Anything. Please, give me another chance." Kofi gently pulled his hand away and shook his head. "It's too late. Someone else already gave me the love and support you couldn't. Someone who believed in me when the whole world turned against me." Bisi's mouth opened wide. She looked shocked. "What do you mean? Who? Is it someone I know?" Instead of answering, Kofi turned his head toward the inside of the house and called out, "Honey, can you come here for a minute? We have a visitor." Footsteps sounded from inside the house. Then a woman stepped into the doorway and stood beside Kofi. It was Ngozi. Bisi's eyes grew even wider when she saw something shine on Ngozi's finger. It was a diamond ring, the exact same one Kofi had given Bisi years ago, the one she had thrown on the floor of the courtroom. "Ngozi, you?" Bisi shouted, her voice full of anger and surprise. "You're supposed to be my friend. How could you do this to me? This is serious betrayal." Ngozi didn't raise her voice. She held Kofi's hand and looked straight at Bisi. "You left him when he was broken, Bisi. When he had nothing. When the whole world called him bad names. I picked him up and stood by him when everyone else ran away." "But," Bisi tried to speak. "No buts," Ngozi continued. "You only came back because he's rich and free now. Where were you during those 3 years? Did you visit him even once in prison? Did you try to find out the truth?" Kofi stepped forward. "Bisi, please leave, and don't come back. Ever." Bisi's face turned from anger to sadness. Tears ran down her face as she turned and walked away slowly. She looked back once, hoping Kofi would call her name, but he didn't. After she left, Kofi closed the door and turned to Ngozi. His eyes were wet now too. "Thank you for everything. I wouldn't be here without you. You are the only one who truly believed in me." Ngozi smiled, her eyes full of happiness. She touched his face gently. "You don't have to thank me, Kofi. We're a team now, you and me against the world." Kofi took her hands in his. "When I was in that small prison cell, I thought my life was over. But look at us now. God works in wonderful ways." "True talk," Ngozi said, nodding. "Even in the darkest night, morning must come." Together, they walked into their beautiful home, ready to start their new life full of hope and love. Justice was served, the wicked punished, the good rewarded, just as it should be. My dear friends, this story holds a powerful lesson. Always stand for what is right, even when the world embraces a lie. The truth may be hidden for a while, but it can never be erased. In the end, it always finds the light. Like Ngozi, we should support people we love when they are going through hard times, not just when things are good. True friendship and love show up when trouble comes. And remember, no matter how dark your situation is right now, don't give up. Your own happy ending might be just around the corner. Your sun will shine again. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring Nigerian folktales. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll know when I post a new story. I truly appreciate your support. Each like, comment, and share means the world to me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.